Good afternoon, guys. I hope you're doing fine. Today I'm presenting the first topic we are evaluating in what is our third block. So, in this block, we are going to begin by studying what are false cognates. So, this is vocabulary, and the topic is vocabulary related to false cognate. So as you can see, the main objective for this is that you can use properly what is vocabulary about false cognate to improve oral and writing skills. So here you have the main objective. Okay, so first, what are false cognate? Look at this. False cognates are words in English that seem to be confusing. Why they tend to be confusing? Because of their similar sounds and spelling from your native language. It means we have some words, or there are some words that seem similar into your native language. So they tend to be confusing because you think that because of the sound they mean the same. For example, I'm going to give you some examples. Look at these examples. Here you have the word, then you have the false cognate and the true meaning. When I say false cognate, it means that the meaning of that word is wrong, is not correct. Okay? So let's see. I'm including here some basic examples so that you can understand what false cognates are. For example, when you hear the word exit, you confusing with éxito, but that's not correct. The meaning of exit is salida. Why? Because how do you say éxito in English? You say success. So I'm explaining one more time. Exit. So exit is a false cognate. You think that because of éxito, that sounds similar in your native language, you confuse the meaning. So exit, I'm explaining again so that you can understand the following examples. Exit doesn't mean éxito. Exit means salida. How do you say éxito in English? You say success. And that's why exit is a false cognate. The other example is embarrassed. When you hear the word embarrassed, it sounds like similar when you say embarazada. Oh, teacher, that's embarazada, and that's not true. That's why embarrassed is a false cognate. You confuse it. But then the real meaning of embarrassed is avergonzado, apenado. So how do you say embarazada? You say it pregnant. Okay, so in parentheses, if you see in parentheses, you have the correct translation of the false cognate. For example, another example is idiom. When you listen the word idiom, so it sounds similar than in Spanish when we say idioma. Oh, teacher, that's idioma. So idiom is considered a false cognate. Idiom doesn't mean idioma. Idiom, what is the true meaning? Look at the third column. The true meaning is jerga, un dicho, una palabra propia de una región. That's the meaning of idiom. How do you say idioma in English? You say language, okay? So the next example of what a false cognate is, look at the word carpet. When you listen the word carpet, you confuse it, or that's the false cognate for, oh, carpet's carpeta. And that's a false cognate. The real meaning of carpet is alfombra. How do you say carpet? How do you say carpeta in English? You say folder or you said file. That's why they are false cognates. False cognates are words that tend to be confusing because of their similar meaning in Spanish. Okay, and those are simple examples of words that we confuse. Okay, let's do the following example. It says choose the correct option. Choose the correct option. It says, let's see the words that you have in red. It says, to complete the sentence, the signature of the subject, I hate most is math. Signature or subject, what is the best word to complete that sentence? The signature I hate most is math, or the subject I hate most is math. That there is the importance of knowing vocabulary related to false cognate, because most of the time you tend to do a lot of mistakes with this word if you don't know the meaning. So signature is una firma, but you say that you tend to confuse signature with materia. So you have the word signature, that is firma, and you have the word subject. Subject is proper for when you talk about math, let's see, English, art. So the proper word to complete would be the subject. Okay, the subject. That's the correct one. The subject. Let's put it in another color. The subject I hate most is math. It is not signature, because signature means firma. But then you confuse that signature significa asignatura, y no signature no es asignatura. Asignatura se dice subject, okay? Asignatura. So it says Begonia is a very kind of sympathetic person. Puede ser amable o sympathetic, but then you need to know the meaning of sympathetic. So kind is una persona amable, but then you have another clues that help you to identify the meaning. It says she always helps people in need. So sympathetic es una persona compasiva que le gusta ayudar a los demás. Y kind es amable. So in the context of the sentence, what is the best word to complete the sentence? So the best word to complete the sentence based on the context is sympathetic. Okay? Sympathetic. There you are. I'm going to put it in a different color. Let's see the following example. It says, I couldn't agree more. That's a very sensible or sensitive idea. No puedo estar más de acuerdo contigo. Es una idea muy como sensible o sensitiva. ¿Cómo es eso? Sensible and sensitive. So, but according to the real meaning, sensible means una cosa sensata que tiene lógica, coherente. And sensitive, it's about, when we talk about feelings, una persona frágil, que de nada llora porque es muy frágil, que se conmociona con algo. So, sensible es sensato, y says. Entonces, estamos hablando de una idea, de un razonamiento lógico. So, the best sentence to complete is sensible, okay? So, that's a very sensible, es una idea muy sensata. Sensible suena en tu idioma sensible, pero no es eso. Okay? And the last example is, I have got, it says, I have got what? Obtuve que, tuve que, dice, pass me a tissue. Tissue means una servilleta, un pañuelo. Entonces, esa persona, ¿cómo está? Con cold, that is resfrío, o constipation. I have got what? Constipation. Or I have got a cold. So, constipation means when you cannot go to the bathroom. Okay? So, but the person needs a tissue, un pañuelo. So, the person got a cold. So, I have got a cold. Okay? Tengo un resfriado. Okay? Una persona, miren acá dice que necesita un pañuelo. But you confuse that when you are constipated, is because you have running nose and fever, temperature, or something like this, but those are cold, okay? Cold mean resfriado. Te duele la cabeza, fiebre. En constipation, cuando no puedes ir al baño. Okay, entonces those words tend to be confusing. You need to learn them and be clear about the real meaning of them. How are you going to know which words is wrong or not? So I will present you a list. This list you will have it in your some of the guides, but I'm just giving you in advance some of them. So for example here, okay, for example, actual means real. Actual means real o verdadero. No significa actual, porque ¿cómo se dice actual? Present day or modern. Let me give you another example. Let's see the number 3. It says advice means consejo. No significa aviso, porque aviso, ¿cómo se dice? Se dice warning. Let's see another. Let's see an argument. An argument es una discusión, una pelea. Cuando tienes ideas diferentes con alguien. That's an argument. Es una discusión. No es un argumento, porque argumento de una historia, de un libro, se dice plot o se dice story. And then you need to learn this list and other lists that I'm giving you later, so that you master the real meaning of words, okay? And this is basically the use of false cognate and the meaning of false cognate. And with this, you're going to do a practice class that I'm sending you in the next days. Okay, so it was a pleasure to be with you, and if you have questions, you know that you have to make them through Classroom. Have a nice day.